selected it.
What are they supposed to be?
And I'm gonna hide that layer. They're gray, I don't quite know what they are. So I've just hidden that layer.
Okay.
So you
So
selected.
you do have control, you have some control over your site plan, your CAD imports.
So you just selected and
Yeah, select it. You can delete layers,
delete layers,
or you
okay?
can query, and you can pick something and it'll tell you what it is,
Okay.
where it is, and
Okay.
what it, the style and everything.
Huh.
All right, so,
I don't see the site thingy anymore.
Under cat 5.
No, I meant like the little site, or what, that little circle with the X in it, isn't that the site emblem?
You probably hit it.
That's your mark.
Maybe it's
it's
hidden.
in your site, it's on your site plan, not your level 1 plan. It's hidden in
Don't
level
bring
1.
it, you just
No.
hold it on your, no, the top of it. hold it
Okay,
on
so, all right,
computer.
here we go, okay?
Okay. Now I have a building on here.
That's fine. And you've got this site plan already on there, right?
Yeah, but I don't have.
Same
a
to you,
little-
Mariana? Mariana, you watching, following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've got the site plan loaded, right?
The site plan, yeah.
Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to load the topo that goes with it,
So,
okay?
yeah.
And you will find that, you should have already downloaded it from your flash drive.
Mhm.
So you're gonna do the same thing, you're gonna go to, insert, link CAD, and you're gonna find that, topo drawing. And go ahead and position it manual by origin. And go ahead and open it. Just close that out, say, okay.
Manual by origin,
Yeah,
okay,
so you have control over it.
okay.
And just drop it in anywhere, really. I'm dropping it in to the right. And if you, the first thing we need to do is we need to orient this now, location-wise with our site plan. And this site plan, by the way, is our project north, not true north. So we want to rotate this 17.71, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. That's the angle we need to rotate it so that it equals this, okay? So just select it and you use the rotate tool. Okay, select it, rotate. 17.71.
7-1.
Yeah. Okay, now when you zoom into the upper right-hand corner, and you see where it says IRF there, you got that little circle?
Uh-huh.
That's a pin in the survey, and it occurs right up here, and it's hard to see, the intersection with this property line up here and that one there. Okay?
Alright.
So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna select my topo plan, and I'm gonna use the move tool, and I'm gonna click on that little, the center of that little circle to move from, and then come over and move the intersection of these two lines. You're not gonna be able to get it perfect, but it's close enough. And you now have the topo on your drawing. It's the intersection of the property lines.
Material that couch, that
Are they?
Oh, it looks like it's about done.
Now, if you look at your topo, here's where the bank goes, and we got an elevation of 10.1 here. And we probably wanna be, I'm gonna say, we want our building to be 4 inches above grade, right? Okay? And right now, we are at, we're in Project North, so right now our elevation that we're working with is at 0. This came in at 0. We want it to be whatever, sea level is, which is this 10.1, plus 4 inches, right? So we want to drop this down 10 feet 5 inches. Let's just say 10 feet 4, okay?
That's what we did.
Yeah, that's what we did, because you got 9.9 over here, and you got 10.1 over here, so we're just gonna assume it's at 10 feet right there. So I'm going to select that topo plan. Make sure you got the topo. And the base offset is going to be minus 10 space 4. And hit enter. So you have now relocated that topo 10 feet below our floor level. Excuse me, 4 inches below our floor level.
Negative.
Okay? Once you have done this, you're ready to acquire the coordinates of this site plan. You know, the engineer has done this, and he's, right now we've got our project point and our surveyor point co-located. You see right here in the dots, they're all together. But we want to assume the real world coordinates of this topo. And once we do that, then we will also use it to make a topo surface. Okay? So, go to your Manage tab, and under Project Location, there are several ways that you can determine the location of your project. You can locate it on the map, or you can acquire the coordinates for the site plan. That's what we're gonna do. So just click that little drop-down arrow under Coordinates and say Acquire Coordinates. And now you have to select what you want to acquire from, and you want that topo drawing. So make sure it says that in the lower left corner. And hit enter.
It's telling me to select.
And now you will notice that you have your project point here, but you no longer see that survey point.
Can we click on, I'm sorry?
Okay?
What did we acquire from? Which point?
Huh?
Which point did we acquire from?
You're gonna acquire from that topo.
Yes.
It's anyway.
So you go
Anywhere on the
to
top one?
Yeah.
coordinates, acquire coordinates, and it'll ask you to acquire from what, and you select this topo.
Ah, just the top.
Any-
Anywhere on the top.
Yeah, just as long as you get the topo.
Ah.
It says here, the shared coordinate system of the project you selected is already synchronized with the current project. So I guess that means I'm good.
Yeah, good. Now, if you click on this survey point the project base point, by the way, there's your northing and southing and the elevation, true elevation above sea level. Okay? And now we're good to go to make a topo surface. Oh, by the way, we're in Project North here in the site plan. If you go down to your orientation in your properties, and you change that to true north, apply, notice that it automatically rotates to true north. If it does that, you know you're good.
You wanna do that now, or?
I'm just showing it to you.
Don't you see I'm recording, Zach? Suck.
You can show either true north or Project North. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, now we have to turn on our massing and site tab up here. So go to the big R, options, user interface, and put a check mark into massing and site tab in tools. Say okay. And so that's there now. Go ahead and click on that massing and site tab and pick topo surface. You come over here to the right, create from import. And select an import instance. And once again, select the topo drawing. And that'll give you a dialog saying, okay, what layers in this CAD drawing do you want me to find the contours? And the only one it's on is contours. So say check none, and then put a check mark in contours. And all you're doing is you're restricting AutoCAD to look at that one layer for your contour information, rather than searching all the layers.
How did you get to where you are there? Did you pick the topo surface, then create from import?
Yeah, and then I picked the topo, and this automatically came up.
What's the difference in contours and contours IDX?
That's identification, I think. And say, okay. And there's your topo surface. Now, if you finish your topo surface, put the big green check mark, and you go to your 3D view, and shade it. There's your topo surface. Now, we got a lot of other stuff on here. If you just want to see the topo surface, you can hide some of this other stuff. Like, yeah, I hid the topo surface contour drawing, and there's your topo surface.
What did you hide?
I hid the contour drawing.
How did you select that?
I just did. See all this next here? That's the topo drawing. And it's the CAD file. So you can right click and hide in view. You can also hide the other one too. We got two of them here. Hide and view elements. You don't really need to do that. I'm just showing you so you can see the topo surface here. If I want to select that topo surface and change the material up in the properties box to a grass material. And it's not going to load it. So we need to create a new material. Oh, it's time to go, isn't it? We'll finish this on Thursday, but you can create a new material of grass and assign it to your topo surface. Okay?
Okay.
And then the next thing you need to do see it, that'd be great.